Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Melanie back with Melanie Loves Death Metal. Saturday, so this is my second episode of what I'm listening to this week. And I pulled out a bunch of things probably Sunday night. I've been all week just been listening to these albums sporadically. Yesterday I listened to one of them twice, remembering how much I loved it. So this series is pretty much just me pulling out things that I've had that I haven't listened to for a while and trying to cycle out my listening rotation and show some love to the vinyl and tapes that tend to sit for weeks and weeks or days and days, just because I continuously get new stuff in. So in the background, if you're able to hear it, I'm playing the new Theatas Shrines to Absurdity album on Maggot Stomp. Crazy album. If you haven't heard this, definitely check it out. It's insane. One of the most insane albums I own. Alright, so let me get started with the tapes. First things first, I actually was listening to this quite a bit when I first got it, and then kind of shelved it for a little while because I started getting so much other stuff, but that is Thorns, the Encompassing Nothing. If you're not familiar, Thorn is a one-man death metal band. Phenomenal stuff. This is just really great cavernous death metal. It's really good. It's out on Gurgling Gore. And Gurgling Gore is known for having these amazing tapes that come in these cool shells and then just printed pretty incredible. So yeah, this is a really good full-length album. If you have not heard this, definitely check it out. I believe these tapes are pretty much sold out everywhere, so they're hard to find, but Bandcamp, you can still stream it and buy the digital version. It's definitely worth it. I would say this is by far one of my favorite tapes in my collection at the moment, and it was nice to pull this out and give it another listen. It's really good stuff. And the second thing that I pulled out that I actually have not listened to in a really long time, and burnt the shit out of this when I first got it, like listened to it every single day, is Septage with Septic Decadence. So yeah, for, brutal death metal, filthy, brutal death metal, pro tape. And this is just a 4-song EP, so it's nothing crazy. It's a really quick listen. It's this really nice J card, and then obviously the filth on the back. Steel and Bone Productions, so put out a really nice tape of this. And I think, honestly, this version is pretty much sold out everywhere, but I've been seeing a bunch of other versions pop up on distros. So yeah, these, you can find them. I think the 7-inch vinyls are a little bit harder to find, but this tape, it's around. But yeah, this is really good. Brutal death metal, probably one of the better brutal death metal bands, newer bands that are out right now. It's chaotic, it's crazy, but it's definitely really good. So I'm happy I got this. I definitely was on the hunt for this for a while, and I think it might have been either Scumlord or Shulkraz, I can't remember, one of the distros I bought this off of after it being sold out on Bandcamp and stuff. So good stuff. And then finally, after Ken's Death Metal Crypts stream with Sedimentum, and then last week I listened to the Phobophilic EP, I decided to pull out the split with Sedimentum as well. So this is the Horrific Manifestation split with Phobophilic and Sedimentum. Blood Harvest Records, really good stuff. And then I think Rotted Life also put this out, so it's like a Rotted Life Blood Harvest Records mix split. I think there was like a special 7-inch and there's like a 7-inch box set. There's a bunch of different versions that came out, but I actually got this off of the Phobophilic Bandcamp when it first came out. But so it looks like it might just be Rotted Life. I don't remember. I know that Blood Harvest also has these in stock right now, so if you're looking for this, because it is pretty much sold out everywhere, Blood Harvest definitely does have copies in stock. If you go to the actual Blood Harvest website, it's there, and the shipping is not crazy at all. It just takes a while to get here, so if you ever order from Blood Harvest, just know the shipping is fantastic. It just takes several weeks to get to you. So yeah, this is really good. Both phenomenal bands. Sedimentum has an EP out, a demo out on Hostile Records. definitely check that out. That's sold out everywhere too. I'm hoping I can snag a copy of that whenever a distro gets it in stock. But right now, Hostile is like $25 shipping to the US, which sucks, obviously, but I think they're out in Malaysia, so it makes sense that the shipping would be insane. So maybe someday I'll place a big enough order to make that shipping cost worth it. But for right now, I'm kind of holding out for some of the distros in the US to to eventually get the Sedimentum demo, and then obviously I have Phobophilic, but really, really good stuff. If you have not heard this, check it out. It's phenomenal. Really, really good death metal. So yeah, that was my 3 tape listens, and then this one I have on right now. This is insane. And in fact, the more I listen to it, the more I really, really like it. And the fact that I kind of want it on vinyl, and I see that the vinyl is available everywhere, so I think I might pop it on vinyl and then do a giveaway with this as well. So we'll see. But yeah, nice little stack there. This is what I listened to this week in tapes. Next, I have a bunch of vinyl to show you, and we'll get started with the very first one, and this is the 1-year anniversary today, officially, of this fantastic, phenomenal album that was one of my favorites from last year, Wake's Devouring Ruin. This is their second full-length album. If you're not familiar with Wake, they were on Translation Lost Records, and now they've officially been signed to Metal Blade, so they're working on a new full-length for Metal Blade. But this is on Translation Lost. I got the really nice like butterfly pinwheel variants. This album is phenomenal. It's got a blackened death metal feel to it, but in a way of similar to Mire that I talked about a couple days ago. It's not like behemoth blackened death metal. It's like they have their own flair. It's a nice little insert with the lyrics. There's a picture of the band. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite bands to have come out recently in the recent years. I have all of their stuff on vinyl, including an EP that they recently just put out called Confluence. So yeah, this is a phenomenal album, and I love the artwork on this album. It's so good. Like I said, one of my favorite albums from last year. So I pulled this out today, actually. So I guess that kind of counts, after I saw it was the 1-year anniversary today. And still love it as much as I did the first time I heard it. And like I said, this was one of my top 10 favorite albums to put out last year. So if you have not heard this, definitely check it out. It's worth it. All right, the next one I got is another release from last year. I got all these releases from last year, and a couple of them just kind of sad I didn't really give much love to after I got them. And that is Skelethal with their newest full-length, Unveiling the Threshold, on Hell's Headbangers. I believe this is their second full-length. So yeah, I feel like this might have been a little bit of a sleeper last year. It came out towards the end of the year last year, so I guess that makes sense as to why it would be a sleeper. Did it come out last year or did it come out this year? No, it came out last year. It didn't come out this year. So yeah, this is, really good death metal. I think these guys are from, I can't remember where they're from. I feel like I want to say Mexico, but I might be completely wrong about that. They've been out for a while. Like I said, Hell's Headbangers is on this nice bone white with red splatter. It's almost like a pinkish splatter. This album is fantastic. Nice printed inner sheet, pictures of the band, and then lyrics on the other side. Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand why I didn't listen to this as much as I did when I first got it. I definitely bought it because I liked what I heard. But yeah, this is the album I listened to twice this week in full. Actually, yesterday twice I listened to it back to back, because it's like, this is a really good album. Like, why didn't I show more love to this when it first came out? So, and then of course it comes with this obnoxiously huge poster of the album cover, which I kind of wish they would have put their band logo on it. But nonetheless, really, really nice. Hell's Headbangers puts out really good quality pressings. The album sounds fantastic on the turntable. But yeah, this was definitely something that I wish I hadn't slept on so much. It probably would have been in my year-end list last year. But yeah, this is a really good album. If you have not heard this, it's easy to find. I don't think it's sold out anywhere. Maybe on Bandcamp, but Hell's Headbangers definitely has copies of this still. So really good. Definitely check that out. Reminds me a little bit of similar to Skeletal Remains, somewhat maybe a little bit darker sounding vocals, but really good riffs. The last song on this album is phenomenal. I definitely probably listened to that a couple times digitally the last couple of days too. So yeah, that's called Abysmal Church, The Portal Revealed. But yeah, really, really good. Check it out. All right, the next one is needs no introduction. Frozen Soul, Crypt Device, just came out beginning of the year. Very overhyped. Definitely worth it. Got that maggot stomp goodness right there. They were on Ken's Death Metal Crypt last night for a stream, and that whole reason I even pulled this out to listen to it again was for that reason. Just I was hyped about the stream. I was super excited. So honestly, I think I've gone like 3 weeks maybe without listening to this. So that's not really a long shelf life there. But I think this album is great. I absolutely love this band. I like what they're doing with their music. I know it sounds like Bolt Thrower, but whatever. If that gets more people to listen to Bolt Thrower that haven't before, then it's all good. And then there they are right there. So yeah, if you didn't watch the live stream last night, definitely do that. Pop over. It was about an hour and 40-minute live stream on Ken's channel. Really fun time. The band seems really cool and chill. A lot of stuff they talked about was it's interesting to hear like the dedication that they have for this band, and then it sounds like there's a new music video coming out in the next couple of weeks that they announced last night. So, and also they have so much stuff written that there's probably going to be a new album coming out again soon. So maybe not this year, but probably next year. But yeah, really, really good album. I think the hype is real for this, but yeah, I know some people don't agree with me on that, but hey, I like it. I guess that's all that matters. All right, trucking through. This one, I actually don't know why this has been sitting on a shelf for so long, because this is easily one of the best death metal albums to come out in the last 5 years. Easily. And this is Undeath from Lesions of a Different Kind. Rochester, New York. Death metal, old school death metal. A couple of their drum tracks on their songs reminded me a bit of Creator with their second album. Can't remember the name of it right now. I'm completely blanking. You'd think I would have it memorized by now. God damn it. Whatever. Anyway, some of their drum tracks remind me a little bit of Creator, just with how the like poppiness of it sounds. I got the very first pressing of this, I think. I think the tape's over, by the way. So yeah, if you have not heard this, this is a phenomenal album. It's definitely, like I said, one of the best death metal albums to come out in the last 5 years. I wish it had gotten a little bit more excitement when it first was about to be released. It feels like it took forever to release. Like I pre-ordered this and it just didn't come for months and months and months. So, and pre-orders typically haven't been working like that lately, so I don't know. But yeah, really, really good stuff. Undeath. Just, I don't know why I haven't listened to this in a while, because it's a phenomenal album. It deserves to be put onto a platter and spun several times. But yeah, again, if you have not heard this, which I feel like probably if you've watched this channel, you definitely either own this or have heard it, and probably love it as much as I do. But yeah, really good. Actually, they've put out so many color variants, I've been tempted to buy more just because why not? And then next is Noxus, their mini EP or mini LP or whatever it's called. Expansive Hellish Black Mire. So I got this a little over a month ago when I first started this channel, and I have not really listened to it as much as I was planning on it. So I was super hyped to get it, and then I got so much other stuff at the same time that I kind of neglected it a little bit. So really quickly, I'll just show it. It's on this really nice gold. But yeah, fantastic album. Well, EP if you want to call it that. It's only 4 songs. So really good death metal. Definitely like where these guys are going. Also really nice vinyl jacket. That artwork is phenomenal. Just really nice quality on pulverized records. Really good. And I think these are actually kind of hard to find too right now. So, but I think the tape is lingering in a couple of distros in the US. I'm not sure about overseas, but yeah, if you have not checked this out yet, definitely do it. I'm actually kind of sad that I neglected it when I first got it, because I remember being really excited that I got it. So yeah, definitely going to keep this out for a while and listen to it as much as I can before I get another bunch of stuff coming in. And then finally for the video today is one that I actually, and this is a really bad habit to get into. So this album sold out last year super fast, and it was incredibly hard to find anywhere else. And then they finally repressed it, and I pre-ordered the repress, and it had been several months before I finally got the order, because the pre-order was months and months away before they were shipping out. So I pretty much listened to it on digital a ton, and then when I got the album in, it was around Christmas time, around that time, maybe January time frame. And I had a huge stack of other vinyls that I got because I was on vacation in Illinois visiting my family for the holidays, and when I came home, huge stack of vinyl, and this was in there, and I have never listened to this, which is so bad. Like, I try so hard to listen to everything that I get and not be one of those people, but I think I'm turning into one of those people, and that is Void Ceremony. Not Void Ceremony, Jesus Christ, that's the band on 20 Bucks Spin. Void Rot with Descending Pillars. Everlasting Spew and Sentient Ruin Laboratories. I think Sentient Ruin did the vinyl, and then Everlasting Spew also did a European pressing of it. And I think the biggest reason why I wasn't able to get the first press of this is because that they were the only ones that had it, and the shipping was like $25. I just couldn't bite the bullet. But like I said, they finally repressed it, and I just went for it because I really wanted it. So this is a really good old school sounding like death metal album, but there's a lot of doom elements to it because it's slow and drudgy for a lot of the albums, but it's really good. And I feel like this was one of those albums last year that pretty much anybody could have had on their year-end list as well. It was definitely on mine. Like I said, I listened to it a ton digitally and loved the album so much. And then when I finally was able to get the vinyl, several months went by, and just when I got it, I didn't listen to it because I got so much other stuff. So this is the Black and Silver Merge that they called it. But yeah, fantastic album. So I pulled this out. It's like, I don't think I ever listened to this. It's phenomenal. It's incredible. This is definitely one of those albums that I probably will always consider one of the best, one of the other best death metal albums to come out in recent years, along with a couple of other 20 Bucks Spin pressings that I have that I've already showed off. Swearium is definitely another one. And then it comes with a poster, as always, and this is actually a really cool poster. It's got this nice little artwork there. So yeah, fantastic album. Definitely when it first came out, like I said, it just sold out everywhere. People were so hyped on this album. Like, it was one of the #1 selling out albums in metal on Bandcamp for several weeks at a time. And then of course, when I finally am able to get a copy, I don't listen to it. So this was a really nice listen. It sounds fantastic. Amazing album. If you don't like it the first time around, give it another chance. But for me, it's just so good. I mean, there's only 7 songs, but it's you know, it's intense. An intense album. It definitely takes you on a journey of that death metal doom sound. Not funeral doom, but because like I said, there's definitely the fast, you know, chugs and stuff, but there's also that slower element to it as well. So really good. That's Void Rot, not Void Ceremony. Void Ceremony also recently had a release on 20 Bucks Spin, and I actually thought about listening to that today, but I'm going to save that for next week. So spoiler alert, that's going to be in next week's video. So yeah, really good. Check it out. And that is all that I have for you today. So if there's anything in here that you guys absolutely love, let me know. If there's anything in here that you haven't heard yet, and you checked it out and you liked it, let me know, because I always love hearing all that stuff. And now my dog is barking because somebody's at the door. So I'm going to cut this album or this video now. Thanks for watching, guys. And again, thanks for the support.